Isn't it fascinating how those who hurt you the most always seem to flip the script? They stab you in the back, and the moment you start to bleed, they're the ones crying for help. They want everyone to see them as the victim. They spin their tales of woe, doing their best to appear like they've been wronged. And people fall for it, don't they? They tend to believe the loudest voice in the room, and your pain, it gets drowned out by their cries for attention. But here's what they don't understand. The truth, my friends, always comes out. No matter how many lies they weave, how many fake tears they shed, or how much they try to position themselves as the hero in their own twisted narrative, the truth finds its way out. And when it does, it hits like a freight train. Because you know what's real. You know the pain, the sleepless nights, the moments you questioned everything. Your worth, your identity, your entire sense of self. You were the one left picking up the pieces of a heart they shattered without a second thought. Yet, they had the nerve to demand sympathy. They wanted pity, even though you were the one suffering in silence. It's almost laughable, isn't it? But you didn't fall for their games. You didn't buy into their victim act. You saw right through it. You were too smart, too strong, too real to get tangled up in their web of manipulation. And that drives them mad. They can't stand it when you refuse to play your part in their drama. They hate it when you don't crumble under the weight of their lies. But, let's be honest, they always knew you were stronger than them, didn't they? Deep down they knew it. That's why they needed to tear you down, why they had to play the victim. Because they couldn't handle the fact that you were the one who survived. You came out of it with your integrity intact, while they're left drowning in the mess they created. And oh, how they hate that. They despise the fact that no matter how hard they try to twist the story, the truth keeps creeping in. They hate that people are beginning to see them for who they truly are. Selfish, manipulative, broken. They loathe that despite all their efforts to play the victim, they can't escape the reality that they left you bleeding. Here's the thing, though, and this is the part that burns them most. You don't need sympathy. You don't need pity. You don't need anyone feeling sorry for you, because you are so much more than what they did to you. You're so much stronger than the pain they left behind. You've turned that pain into power, into resilience. You've become something they'll never understand because they're too wrapped up in self-pity to see the beauty in the struggle. They expected you to crumble. They wanted you to break. But instead, you rose. You took everything they threw at you, the lies, the betrayal, the manipulation, and you used it as fuel to become something greater. And now they're watching, seething, hating the fact that you've emerged stronger, wiser, and more unbreakable than ever. And that is the real revenge, isn't it? Not anger, not bitterness, but the undeniable truth that you survived, that you're thriving, that you've become someone they can never touch, someone they can never manipulate again. And they know it. Oh, they know it. They thought they could leave you in ruins. They thought you'd come crawling back, begging for closure, for understanding, for validation. But you moved on. You rebuilt. You rose from the ashes of their lies. And now you stand taller than ever. And what are they left with? Nothing. Nothing but their hollow cries for sympathy, their desperate attempts to rewrite history, their pathetic need for validation. They're stuck in the same cycle, playing the same game. While you've transcended it all. They thought they could win by playing the victim, by twisting the narrative. But here's the truth. They've already lost, because no matter how much they try to make it about them, no matter how many people they try to fool, deep down, they know the truth. They know what they did, and that truth, it's going to haunt them for the rest of their lives. But you're free. You're free from their games, their lies, their need for control. You've taken back your power, and that is something they will never take from you again. They thought they could control the narrative, paint you as the villain while casting themselves as the innocent victim. But lies, my friends, have a way of crumbling under the weight of the truth, and that truth is something they'll never escape. They can run from it, hide behind their false stories, but the truth, it follows. Like a shadow, it's always lurking, always waiting, and eventually it catches up. And when it does, it's brutal. Sure, they may have fooled some people for a while. They may have even convinced themselves that they were wronged, that they were the ones deserving of pity and sympathy. But the more they repeat the lie, the more hollow it sounds, even to their own ears. It starts to chip away at them, eroding their carefully constructed world until there's nothing left but the cold, hard reality of what they did. They wronged you, they betrayed you, and now they're left to face the consequences. Oh, they'll act like everything's fine. They'll pretend they're living their best life. But in the quiet moments, behind closed doors, they're haunted by the choices they made. Because deep down, they know the truth. They know they walked away from something real, something genuine. And for what? For the shallow satisfaction of playing the victim, for fleeting attention from their sob stories. It's sad, really, but they'll never admit it. They'll never own up to their mistakes, because that would mean facing the truth, and they're far too cowardly for that. So they continue their charade, hoping that if they say it enough, they'll start to believe it. But the longer they hold on to the lie, the heavier it becomes. And that weight, it's crushing them, because while they're tangled in their web of deceit, you've moved on. You've risen above it all. You've found strength in the very pain they caused, and now you're untouchable. They can't manipulate you anymore. They can't use their guilt trips, their mind games, or their twisted reality to control you. You've outgrown them, and that's something they'll never handle. They wanted sympathy, but what they really crave is control. They wanted to control how you saw yourself, how others saw you. They wanted you to believe that you were the one at fault, that you should feel guilty. But now, they're the ones trapped in their own game. And the longer they stay there, the more they despise it. Because here's the truth they can't face. You were the one worth keeping. You were the light in their life. And now that you're gone, they're left in the darkness they created. No amount of playing the victim will change that. No amount of tears will wash away the fact that they let go of someone irreplaceable, and they know it. That's why they keep trying to make it about them. That's why they beg for sympathy, because they can't bear the reality that they are the villain in this story. But no matter how hard they try, the truth remains. They wronged you, and now they're paying the price. It's poetic, really. While they're still scrambling to play the victim, you've found your peace. You've found your strength. And every day, that strength grows while they continue sinking deeper into the mess they created. Let them cry.